Good afternoon. How are you today? That's good. Well, my name is Ashley, and I'm going to be your student nurse today. Can you go ahead and tell me your name and date of birth? Okay. And do you know where you are? And do you know what today's date is? Okay. So I am in here. I'm going to be doing a change on your wound. And are you in any pain today? Okay. Well, if at any point the pain becomes unbearable, you just let me know. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and begin. So for demonstration purposes, he will be laying on his back, but otherwise I would have him laying on the side so that it would drain. I'm going to place my protective barrier to catch any runoff from the irrigation. Okay. And then there would be a covering it, but I will demonstrate at the end how to remove that. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and wash my hands. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my sterile feild. I do have extra gloves over here as well. Going to pull this back. Now, the outside of my package is not sterile, but the inside is. So I'm going to pick up my sterile feild from the 1-inch border, maintaining the 1-inch border and not dropping below sterile feild, not shaking, and going to lay it out, pushing my table away just a little bit. And I am going to turn the air off real quick so you can hear me better. Okay, now I'm going to grab my tray and flip it onto my sterile feild. First, I'm going to pull my gloves out, setting them to the side. Grabbing behind. And I'm going to dump. Okay, now I'm going to set this off to the side and open the rest of my sterile packages. So for demonstration purposes, these are not fully in here, but these are sterile. So I'm going to open my package away from the sterile feild and dump them. Same thing with this one. Gonna open, dump on my sterile feild. And beforehand, I would have applied my PPE. I'm going to dump these onto the sterile feild because these are sterile as well. Okay. Now I'm going to not touch the inside of my tray. Move my gloves off to the side. Careful not to set that on my sterile feild. And I'm going to open my sterile gloves. And just slide these out of the way partially. Opening my sterile gloves. going to orient myself this way. Flipping out. Down. Grabbing on the lid. And pull backward. Outward. Going to pick up. Orient myself. And I have oriented wrong. So I'm going to big enough for an arm. Don't let your hands get on the inside or come off in any way. You can only touch the outside. Only touching the outside. Okay, I have this one on. Now I'm going to only touch the inside. Orienting. And I have okay, so I did have an extra pair of sterile gloves over here, so I am going to remove these. And I'm going to open and apply these. Discarding of my trash. So, my gloves are open. To flip down. Flip up. Pull from the lips. Careful not to get in my tray or touch the inside of it. Now I'm going to reach under. Careful not to touch the inside. And I'm going to place my hand inside. Okay. So that one is broken. But it is okay. I'm going to discard those as well. And instead of opening a new bag for demonstration purposes, I'm going to fold 2 gloves as sterile feild. Placing. And then now I would come in with my sterile gloves, open my package, flip up, flip down, grab the lips, and pull out. And now I'm going to orient myself. Place my hand in. Don't resituate yet. My hands are not sterile, so I'm going to pull this back out. And now I'm going to reach inside, orient myself. Careful to only touch the inside of my glove. Pull, 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 pull. Don't touch the outside. Now, I have my sterile gloves. I can resituate my fingers. And I would have my PPE on, so it would be covering my cuffs. Now, I can reach on my sterile feild and grab my trash bag. And I have it open. And I will be setting it off to the side, just like so. I will be opening my sterile solution. Discard. And if it wasn't sterile, I would lift the bottle, but since it is, sterile solution. And I'm going to go ahead and fill my syringes. There's one filled. And just going to go ahead and fill another one. Right. Send it off to the side. Closing my bottle back. I will go ahead and place some gauze into the water. Not the water, the sterile solution. Okay, good deal. All right, so now I am going to, as I stated before, they would be on their side so that it could run off onto the protective pad. Now I'm going to irrigate the wound. So I will be irrigating from cleanest to dirtiest. Okay, and I would like to grab my other syringe. Going to sit that back down, and now I will pat dry. Not to rip the skin anywhere. And wetness can cause skin breakdown. Going to discard. And drying one more. And discard. So now I will measure my patient's wound. In centimeters. Not to touch my patient. The length is 10 centimeters. And the width is 7 centimeters. And now I will do the depth. Measuring at the deepest point, getting eye level, and measuring my centimeters is 4 centimeters in depth. So now I will discard both of these. And the wound has already been assessed, so I am going to go ahead and pack it now. So before I pack it, I will need to get a wound culture. So I'm going to, since this was sterile, I'm going to open it, pull out, and see pattern. Don't drag so you don't cause damage. Reapply the Q-tip back in there. Going to set it off to the side. And now I will pack my wound with my damp dressings. We don't want them wet because they will cause skin breakdown. Now that the wound is packed, I'm going to lay gauze over here, gauze here. I will then apply this with the blue line facing up and my tape. I will line on all 4 sides. And I will discard. Excuse me. Now I will remove my sterile gloves. And I will grab my IV site tag. That is wrong. That's not the IV site. And I'm going to put my name and when it was changed. And now I will discard my supplies. and I will discard them in this bag, because since there's water everywhere, I would not like to spill it everywhere. Also, to show you how to remove, I would don regular procedure gloves. And I would remove, discard the tape without causing skin tears. Holding the skin, I will pick up, assess for any drainage, any discoloration, and discard. And I will grab my wound gauze, assess for any odor, signs of infection such as purulent exudate or any redness or swelling, and any foul odors. And I will discard. And then this is when I would remove my non-sterile gloves, discard, and now I would begin setting up my sterile field. Also, I will now remove the pad from any drainage. Oop, if he doesn't go running away from me. And I will discard as well. I will make sure the bed is in the lowest position, that their call light is within reach, and that they have no pain, or the pain is being managed currently. So that does conclude my skills channel. Thank you.